Normally, I wouldn't care that much about an indoor 300-meter race, but normally, Julian Alfred isn't running the 300 indoors. And that is exactly what she did at the new Balance Indoor Grand Prix. I'm gonna share my thoughts on this, just kind of off of the cuff, not gonna have a whole lot of editing, but you deserve to know what just happened, because most people really weren't paying attention. Julian Alfred is the Olympic champion in the 100. That was actually a surprise to some people, because heading into the race, we all know Sha'Carri Richardson was supposed to win that race. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Shericka Jackson did not line up to run. The only woman in the world who had the talent to beat Sha'Carri was Julian Alfred, and she did it wire to wire, both in the semifinal and then again in the final. But Julian Alfred also went out there to run the 200 at the Olympic Games, and she got the silver medal behind Gabby Thomas. Julian Alfred has way more talent than most people realize, and that's even after winning the Olympic gold medal, because this 300 she just put down at New Balance, where she ran 36.16 seconds. Again, I'm going off of memory here. The field she was running against isn't all that important, but the time actually is. It's one of the 40 fastest times that any woman has ever run on that distance. But remember, we're talking about a list with indoor and outdoor times, because running a 300 outdoors is way different than running it indoors. But more importantly, you have to see the names that are on the list, the ones that are near her name, as well as the ones that are below. Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni is on that list. And remember, the indoor 300 really isn't run all that much, especially not by higher level athletes like outside of high school. And Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni, I believe her time is 36.12 seconds. Julian Alfred just recorded 36.16. Very close. Granted, I'm pretty sure that if Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni wanted to, she'd go way faster than that. Beyond that, on that same list, you gotta see the names below. Natasha Hastings is one of them. Dee Dee Trotter is another. And Allison Felix. The first two are world champions multiple times in the 4x400 meter relay. And the third, well, you should probably know how good Allison Felix actually was by now, in both the 200 and the 400. Julian Alfred ran faster than they did, indoors in a 300, a race she barely ever runs. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCARIEST.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. We know that she's the best starter in the world. We're talking about a woman who is 200th of a second off of the world record in the 60-meter dash. Beyond that, when she went to college, she ran like 9 of the 10 fastest times that any woman had ever recorded. Her final year in a college uniform, she literally just went out there and ran times that nobody in collegiate history could run every single race when she lined up. People were just showing up to run for second place, just being honest. And now she's become an Olympic champion and is going into the 2025 season. I don't believe she's showing up to run indoors in the 60-meter dash. She has nothing left to prove already between her college success and her world championship indoors for the 60 last year. But if we're going off of what we just witnessed, Julian Alfred is no longer just a threat in the 100. And her getting the silver medal might have been an upset in the 200 to people who weren't paying attention. Remember, this is the same woman who also has a collegiate record indoors in the 200-meter dash. But at this point, she is going to be a problem in any race that she wants to run. The 100 or the 200. I know she's not interested in the 400, but she clearly has enough strength where she could hold on pretty well there if she as well. But the double in the World Championships is looking really good about now. The only remaining question that comes to mind for me, thinking about this whole Julien Alfred situation, is whether or not anybody else in the world is planning on going out there and running faster than her. We know that Sha'Carri Richardson is the world champion from 2023. We know she's planning on coming back again outdoors this year. But she, historically speaking, never touches the track indoors. I'm not here to say whether she should or she should not. That's a separate conversation that I've already shared my thoughts on. No need to go back on it now. What I am saying is we had better pay attention. The 100 and the 200. Seems like we now have a new queen. She's already got the crown in one, and she's coming for it in another. And I'm not sure anybody else can stand in her way about now. I recognize it might be very early in the game to make such a big claim, and you can let me know about that in the comment section. But she also has the numbers, and the accolades, and the gold medals when the entire world is watching to back it up. In the sport of track and field, confidence is everything, because when you win, that is just the moment when everybody else finds out what you already knew to be true, that fast is a lifestyle. Get your Fast is a Lifestyle track and field gear at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.